Okay guys, here's an update on the tank. As you can see in the back, the corals are growing up the glass. It all started right here in the middle here on that. They started growing in the back there, as you can see. You got some green star polyps here. I think that's purple star polyps, but in the back there, you know, as you can see, it's going up the wall there as well. Now, in my earlier videos, I had two pumps in the corner over here, one over here and one over here. But that's the WP-40 that I'm using now. And this is growing on that rock with that leather. Them right there are getting big. That started out as 2 to 3 polyp. Now it's like, looks like 15 or so. In the back there, that started off about 2 or 3, maybe 4 polyps, and it's growing. This little dude here is purple deaths right there. They're starting to come back. They was on the right side of that, them polyps there, and that little one is dark, so I had to pull them out. And you got these. They're doing okay. They're kind of closed up because I've been cleaning the glass right here. You know, it had a little bit of algae, nothing major. I only cleaned it so y'all can see inside the tank for what the algae scrubber has been doing. And right there in the back, when there's some, now these right here, my radioactive zoos, they was about to die until I put the algae scrubber online. Now they're coming back full throttle. Some of them corals right there ended up dying because there was not enough there to make it last. There's some in the back here on that rock. You get a pretty good picture on the side where that's growing. Had a lot of people ask me questions on Facebook's addictive reef keeping about algae scrubbers. I turned the light on in here just to show you. That's about 3 days worth of growth. And as you can see, some of it's kind of red and brown. Well, the green that you see is new growth because I took the skimmer off and I've been feeding it a little bit more, the tank. It's caused this algae to start getting green. It's never got that green that fast before, other than really doing good for this tank. As in the back area, you see that skimmer there, the red top, that's completely off. Now I left it in there in case something's starting. I'm going to leave it in there for about a month, but right now it's off. So if something happens, I might just turn it on, but I don't really think I'm going to be needing it. As you can see in here, this needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but other than that, there's, you know, I bet I cleaned this about a year and a half ago, and you know, and it was really bad. The algae scrubbers started pulling all the crap out of it that it's feeding off of. But like I said, this is just PVC pipe. You know, I got these little things here. Some people was asking me about the rings, and these are just PVC pipe here, and you can turn them like this. You turn them down, you know, it's got that little notch you see right there in it. When it goes to the bottom here where the screen is, it'll let the screen drop down. If I get the skimmer out in the back, I'll probably put another light, and I'll probably put that back there, depending on if I have room or not. If not, I'll just put another light on the other side and have it posted on the other side. So, people was asking me, what do I put in here for nutrients? Well, recently I ain't really been doing in my earlier videos here, this right here was alkalinity just dripping in it. And I stopped that because I started back using calc washer in this 5-gallon jug. It goes through here all the way down, and it ends up coming out right here. And this right here is my float valve, my tunze. I can't remember if it's a tunze or, but anyways, it's a float auto top off. So, being that said, all that is that's the only filter running this tank. And like I said, you know, these are the results. You know, I mean, algae is going to get on the glass. So, I mean, that's just common knowledge on that part. But as you can see in the tank, I ain't touched it. On the bottom, you know, there's a couple snails right there, but they're alive. You know, you got coralline algae growing on the bottom. I don't have no sand because, like I told some of the people in addictive reef keeping, I was to the point where I took all my sand out, you know, and almost just tearing it down because I had brown algae so bad, didn't know what to do until I met a guy named Tyler Johnson. Told me to try the algae scrubber. And common sense, people don't think that algae will kill algae. Well, some of the people I've told, this has just come by me as my theory, is if you direct water to the algae on a screen like this, it's getting constant nutrients that's in the water. It's like, for example, it's shoving it down its throat. So it's constantly getting food, of bad nutrients being the food. So if you have algae in the main tank here, it's not getting it ran down their throat like down here. So just for example, it's eating faster on the scrubber than it would be up in your main tank. Therefore, this is getting all the bad nutrients. In other words, it's the one getting most fed, and the ones in the tank are dying because they're starving. You know, that's the only my theory of thinking how this works, because it's just plain algae from the tank. It grows on that screen. Now the light's on right now just to show you. I don't have it on normally. It's supposed to be off right now. You want to have your lights off while that main display's on, so your pH doesn't get a big bad swing, and that's what helps that too. But like I said, it's just a no-brainer to not have an algae scrubber on. Pet stores are not going to tell you the truth, even if they know it, unless you're a buddy with them or something. This is just from experience. Like you see on the side of the tank here. That was a GFO reactor. I do not use it no more. It just sits there. Yeah, I ain't cleaned it out or nothing. You know, I just left it there. One day I'll probably pull it off there. But like I said, that's it. That's all that works. This is a Red Sea Max 250. You go behind it, you can see here what I've done. You know, it's an overflow. It goes down and goes underneath, behind it, in here. If you look kind of back there, you'll see that white PVC pipe, and it just goes, you see it like right there, just goes in there, goes through 3 areas. Now underneath this algae scrubber there's some cheetah grass. It does okay. It don't hurt it. It helps it. This sump I made myself. It's just a custom sump that I put in here. Yeah, there's some wood rot right there from water just, you know. Here's another example, guys. The reason you want a valve on these things, because at the top of the algae scrubber, sooner or later, the algae is going to grow up in it. That's why the light's kind of down away from the top, so it don't help it grow right there at the top. Because I've noticed if you have it at the top and it starts growing, it'll actually plug it up a little bit, and it actually starts squirting, you know, water on your walls. As you can see there, I got to clean that up here in a few weeks. I'm going to pull this whole sump out and clean it up, and I'll do another video on that. But clean all the salt creep out, and because that's what's caused that rot there, because the water would spray out of the top of the algae scrubber. And the people that are new building them, you might want to kind of get an idea how to keep that from happening, because you don't want that. But as of right now, I'm working on maybe hoping getting a bigger tank in the future, hopefully soon. That's why I ain't really went to an extent to do a major cleaning upgrades and whatnot on this tank, because, you know, I don't want to do a lot of maintenance clean up on this thing if I'm going to go bigger, you know. So I may even give this tank away on YouTube. It's got a little bit of scratches. If you look real good right there, see that little fuzzy line? You'll see it. Thanks to one of my kids' friends, at the time is when I had sand. He decided he wanted to clean the glass, and he put scratches on my tank. And you can see it right there. So it'd be hard for me to sell this. You know, I might do a raffle giveaway on YouTube for this, and if you wanted it. But as of right now, it's not in the air. So, but anyways, if any of y'all have any questions about any algae scrubbers, just let me know. I mean, because people that don't use them will be shocked when they use them. It's just a no-brainer. I mean, I'm sorry if I don't have to use GFO. I don't care if I was rich. If I don't have to buy it because something will work better or is good for free, why would you even buy it? You know, it just makes no sense to do it. Just like if you used to buy fuel for your vehicle, if it didn't have to use vehicle fuel no more, you wouldn't buy it. So, anyways, let me know in the comments below. Thanks, guys, what y'all think about. Bye.